Hi, I'm Jen Marcus. Welcome to Homebody. This video today is designed for those of you who may be a little sore or tired from either a good workout week, or maybe you've gone for a nice long bike ride, hike, or run outside, and you just want a little bit of a wrap up, a little bit of core work, and some active recovery to release muscle tension, oxygenate your blood and muscles and connective tissue, and just leave you feeling really good. So we're going to use a foam roller, and foam rollers are a really great tool. There's so many things you can do with them. I always feel like you see them at the gym or the health clubs all the time, and they tend to kind of sit there, or you see people use them in roughly the same way. And I think there are a lot of other ways to use it that we don't explore. So that's what my intention is for you today. We're going to have an emphasis on the hips, the spine, and really the full body, but there will be some energetic, good core work here as well. So we're going to start sitting onto the foam roller, which is a really typical way to start, and it's a nice place to start because we're going to start right at the base of the sacrum and the body. Go ahead and come onto your right side, and you're going to just let your right leg kind of fall open here. And this leg should be nice and soft, and you're going to stabilize with your left leg, stabilize with your right arm, and just start to gently kind of check in with the body. So the idea is to let this joint here, the back of the glute and the hip, just really soften. And when you're rolling out, really start to tune into how you feel, how you respond to this kind of feedback in your deeper muscle system. Now right here, the more you relax, the deeper you'll feel the work go, and you can play around here, you can rock side to side. The idea is not to go to the deepest point of sensation, but just to kind of get this whole hip area. And you can kind of go all the way up and down. You can rock a little forward, a little back. Start to notice how high up you can go and still be on your hips. So right here, I'm way up, kind of on my waistline, still in my upper glute area. And note, again, I'm not really working this leg at all except to gently guide me back and forth. It's my standing leg that's balanced, and I've still got some energy through my core. My rib cage is knit together here. And then I want you to find a place in this glute, maybe right around that piriformis, that tight band of muscle that connects the sacrum with your hip joint there. And just kind of feel, again, a place where you can feel some sensation, but maybe not so intense that it's painful. See if you can rest there. And you can either stay or flex the heel. And if it feels good, you might lift and lower the leg. Just a little few lifts here. And I've got my foot active and flexed, and an external rotation here. And so we're getting a little thigh work, a little core work, but also some feedback into that hip joint there. Let's take about 4 more. I'm just gently lifting and lowering. 2 more. Good, and last one. Nice, and then I want you to come up and you're going to take that right leg, cross it over your left, and so in a figure 4, maybe rocking back and forth. You could also hold at that place of tightness and rock side to side a little bit, really checking in with that muscle, and then really getting some fluid movement going in the whole muscle area. So today we're not focusing in too much on trigger point work or specifics, but the beauty of a video is you can always stop if you're feeling sensation, if you're feeling a trigger point. You just kind of want to hang out there and breathe and let that area release. Please, I encourage you to go ahead and do so. Okay, and then we're just going to come on up and release, and you're still on that right side. And here we're going to go all the way into the lower back area. So down on your forearm. Again, core is knit together, my sits bones are off of the mat, and then I'm getting up into the lower back all the way to about the base, the middle of the rib cage here. And so I'm hovering above the ground. I've got a softness here so that my QL, this lower part of the back here, can start to release. And you can kind of
Really get in there. And you'll notice that, the longer you stay, the longer you kind of hang out, and feeling that relationship between engagement and release, that you can start to really find your way in to those areas that might be holding tension. So we're just kind of breaking up the muscle tissue, breaking up the fibers and the fascia. Good, just a couple more here. And right here, I'm actually feeling my core shaking. Like there's definitely some stability work happening in the core area just to support the front of the body. Good, and then we're gonna take the whole thing on the second side. I'm just gonna flip around so that my front side is towards you, or the working side is toward you so that you can see pretty well here. So again, we're gonna start by sitting, and then the second side with the knee towards you, and then just start your rolling, really nice and gentle. And again, depending on trainers you've worked with, teachers you may have worked with, or just experimenting on your own, there are different approaches to the foam roller. You might see some people working pretty quickly, back and forth, and there's value to that for sure, because you can kind of quickly get into the whole muscle band. And then there is, the really slow work of just holding. So we're kind of somewhere in between, just like this kind of slow, easy work. And you can get a little bit deeper here if you want, and start to really find your way up to the top of the hip and back down, a little side to side, getting into that piriformis, which is always, always so tight, at least in my body. I think a lot of us have tension in there. And then go ahead and flex and activate your foot. And you're gonna lift up and lower. Lift and lower. Good. And really reach through your heels. So find that engagement. And so you might be simultaneously feeling sensation right in that piriformis that's on the foam roller, as well as in your inner thigh and your obliques here. Let's take another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Really nice. And then let's come all the way up and take that figure 4. So both hands down, left over right. Activate your left foot. And you might find again, this whole gluteal area, how much is going on in there. It's this whole band of muscles from your sacrum all the way out to your outer hip. So rolling back and forth and really identifying where in your body you're feeling sensation the most. Sometimes it's the outer hip, the IT band. Sometimes it's deeper, more central to that connection with the sacrum there. Good, and just another couple here. And then go ahead and release, and we'll come into the low back. So again, you can come down on the forearm and then start to work your way down. And you might find, I certainly do in my body, that there's one side of your body where you feel a lot more sensation than the other side. So for me, I feel a lot of sensation when I do this on my right side, and I have to really slow down and work deeper on my left side to feel the same amount of sensation. And I just recommend that you try to just be aware of where you feel sensation or not, and try not to be super aggressive, like, I've got to get deeper, I've got to feel sensation. It's okay if you don't feel as much sensation. We're just building awareness around it. Good, so just another couple here. And you can come all the way up, all the way down. Good, and then come onto your sits bones, and we're going to adjust the roller so that it's right at about just above the sacrum. And I'm going to lean back, and I'm going to push my feet into the ground, bring my hands behind my head, walk forward a little bit, and just hover my sits bones. I've got to tuck in my pelvis, and my rib cage are knit together. And I'm just going to roll slowly back and forth. And this is just really along the spine. And you can go all the way up to really the base of your neck, your C7. Maybe linger here in between your shoulder blades. And so your legs and feet are stabilizing, and you've got stability in your pelvis as well. And again, rib cage is knit together and your core is working. And just a couple more here. This usually feels good in most bodies. You should hopefully be feeling some snap, crackle, pop, some releases there in your spine. And if you want, you can even rock side to side, working the inside between the shoulder blades there. Good. And then rest your tailbone down, your sits bones down, push your feet into the ground. And I want you to find a basket between your hands. So we're going to do some active core work here. So tuck your pelvis under. I want you to feel your sacrum grounding down into the mat. And then I want you to have the sensation, anyway, that you're scooping your belly like a salad bowl. So draw your navel to spine. I want you to support your head and neck. And you're going to inhale, arch, and exhale, hug and curl and tuck. So inhale, not to go extremely far back, but just like so that the ribcage opens, and then breath to exhale and close. And we're just going to inhale out and exhale, hug and close. Good. So more active core work. Inhale out and exhale, hug and close. Inhale out. Exhale, hug and close. Let's take 4 more. Inhale out. Exhale, big exhale, hug, tuck, and close. Feel the weight of your sacrum. 3. And in. 2 more. Exhale, hug, tuck, and round. And last one. This time I want you to hold your tuck. Now you have an option to keep your hands behind your head. Again, knit your rib cage together. Tailbone tucks, navel to spine. Or you can modify with hands behind the back of the thighs if you want to hold that tuck and just feel a little bit less on the upper neck and chest area. You're going to exhale and lift your right leg to tabletop. Good. And then inhale down slowly. Exhale, left leg lifts. And so keeping that tuck, that scoop of the belly, and really kind of hone in on this area around your hips and pelvis. Notice the subtle wiggling of the hips, and I want you to fight against that. So you're really working to stabilize, pushing strongly through each standing leg. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Big exhale to lift. Curl up a little bit more, like half an inch more if you can. Exhale. Okay, and this time you're going to exhale and hold your right leg, and then hold your left leg up. Zip your inner thighs together. And again, you can modify here, especially if you want to feel more of a tuck, more of a rounding and a scoop of the belly. So if your rectus is popping out, you're kind of losing that engagement, go to this modification. It also gets you out of your hip flexors. And then you're just going to come out and in. Inhale, lengthen and extend. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, lengthen, curl up. Exhale to center. Inhale and exhale. Good, just 4 more. And in, and I'm shaking right here with you. 3 more. I just did a workout right before this video, so I already am a little shaky and tired. But that's perfect. That's exactly what you want. This is just our last little burn before the ultimate release. Hold right there. Big inhale. Exhale, rotate to the left and extend your leg. You can keep hands behind the head or reach across the body. Inhale back to center. Exhale, second side. Inhale and exhale. And again, option here to keep your hands behind the thighs, especially if you're feeling tension in your neck. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale. Let's just take 2 more each side. And again, if you wanted more, you can always stop the video, continue your reps. Last one. Good, and exhale. Really nice, and then lengthen up to the sky. Lengthen forward and curl. Option here to lower and lift. Good, inhale, lower, not enough so that you're popping out. Lift, so you want you to keep that scoop, keep curling up as much as you can. Lift it up. Inhale down and exhale, lift. Can you give me 4 more? Down for 2 and up for 2. Here's your 3, nice and slow and with control. Extension through the legs. 2 more, and up, and last one, and up. Nicely done. Place both feet down. You're gonna arch and release yourself over the foam roller. And if it feels good to you, you could extend your legs out. This is a really big opening for the thoracic spine, so if it feels like too much for you, just keep your knees bent, or support yourself with your hands behind your head and just don't go down as far. Just try to release here, close your eyes, take a couple nice deep breaths. Big breath in. And big breath out, let it go. Good, and then I want you to roll over to one side. Definitely roll to one side before you press yourself up, so you're not kind of igniting that rectus abdominis that you just released, okay? And then come over to one side on your foam roller. I'm on my left here, and we're gonna work the lats a little bit. So you can support yourself with your forearm, and we're just gonna bring this leg kind of in front of the other leg, and just, let's see here, let's actually go side legs. And you can either reach your hand out or rest it on the ground, and just kind of really getting into the lats. So this is the bottom part of the shoulder girdle, right in the back underneath the armpit, and this is the great muscles to release if you're a yogi. Get really sore in here from chaturanga push-ups. If you're a swimmer, a climber. And so again, spend more time here if you want, and you can hold here and inhale, reach up, and exhale, roll down. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, rolling down, and just kind of really working that whole band of muscle around your lats and trapezius, your lats and serratus. Inhale up, and exhale down, and maybe a couple more here, and down. Good, last one. And back down. Really nice. And then we're gonna stay here, come up onto the forearm, and let this foam roller kind of support you underneath your rib cage. Good, and we're gonna take a little side leg action, so let's bring both legs parallel, and you're just gonna lift up and down. Lift and lower, and I want you to feel your hips stacking. And yes, we did just release the hips, so we're just kind of working a little active recovery through this muscle group one more time. Good, 2 more, and last one. Hold this one out, extend your leg, rotate in and out, in and out. And so really rotating the thigh bone in the hip socket, letting the knee traction over the toes, and notice which is more difficult for you. Is it the rotating out or the rotating in? Let's take 2 more here. Good, and then last one, hold inward, internal rotation, lift down and up, down and up. And my toe and heel are slightly in front of my hip here. Good, let's take 4, 3, 2, and 1. And just give me a pulse here, just a little pulse. Pulse, press, press, press. Keep reaching out through your heel, stacking your hips for 4, 3, 2, hold on 1, inhale, lengthen forward, and exhale, point your toe and reach all the way back. You can lengthen your arm forward. And we're gonna do these kind of Pilates style circles. So inhale, you might capture the ankle, and then exhale, wrap around behind you, and then press and lengthen. So we're really lengthening and getting a stretch here. Inhale, capture, flex if you can, and then wrap around behind you, and exhale, reach. Good, and just 2 more of these. Inhale, capture it. Exhale, lengthen and reach. And last one. Exhale, lengthen, reach. Good, and last little one, you're gonna externally rotate and inhale, flex up, exhale, point down. Flex it up, point it down. flex and point the whole time. Your obliques, your rib cage are knitting together. Just 4 more here. Good, here's your 3. 2 more. And last one. Nicely done. And we're gonna come all the way over to the second side. So just rotate, adjust yourself, and we'll do that lat work first to release the shoulder girdle. So these muscles for me get super tight. Just teaching yoga, practicing a lot of yoga, even working out with weights, push-ups. So, and they can be really hard muscles to release. They're not the easiest to stretch out. So just kind of check in with how this feels in your body. And you can really start to get in there and feel hopefully what is a nice release for you. And then rest your hips down. And you can just let this arm kind of drape. And then inhale up, exhale down. Inhale, open it up, lift up. Exhale, rotate down. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale down. Good, and inhale, open it up. And exhale down. Nice, and then set yourself up. So rest your head in your hand. A little bit of energy here with the foam roller right underneath the rib cage. Good, and you're just gonna lift and lower. And in a normal like bar class or fitness class I would teach, you probably do this with a band or a weight, more resistance. Again, this is active recovery. So yes, we're doing a little bit of work here. Think mostly about the work in your center. So keep pulling your navel to spine, keep lifting your rib cage up off the ground, and just let's do a couple more here. Good, and then hold up and lengthen your heel forward. And you're just gonna inhale, exhale, and rotate in, rotate out. And heel is slightly in front of the hips. Hips continue to be stacked. Navel to spine for 4. Here's your 3. Here's your 2. And 1. Nicely done. And then toes down, heels lift. Just press down and lift. Down and lift. So just a little bit of work here in the legs. And again, after like a bike ride or a run, this work usually feels really good in the body, at least for me. Just working those muscles that maybe didn't get worked and releasing the tension in those larger muscle groups. So hopefully right here you're feeling the outside of your leg mostly. And then just hold and press up. Just press and pulse. A little press and pulse right here. Keep reaching the heel away from you, stacking your hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then flex and lengthen forward. And then point and lengthen back. And you have an option to reach your arm. So if this is enough for you, you could simply take this flex and this point and reach. Or if you want a little bit more, maybe capture the back of your leg. Be gentle though with the hamstrings. Wrap behind you and then reach away. And we'll take 3 more just like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back, and then reach away. Good, 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back, reach away. Good, last one. Inhale. Exhale, reach back, press. Good, and then come down, externally rotate. You're gonna flex up, point down. Flex and point down. Keep stacking your hips and working that external rotation. Good, just another 4. Here's your 3. Good, 2 more. And last one. Nicely done, you guys. Come on to your belly. We're gonna end here with a little bit of shin release and then some more core, and then we're gonna relax with some tricep and shoulder release here. So press your hands down into the mat. I want you to scoop your belly, and we're just gonna roll in and roll back. And again, just releasing tension in the shins, and this is definitely some active core work, but hopefully in a way that feels restorative. So you're using your core, energetically pushing the mat away, curling your knees to chest, and then pressing back. And you can roll all the way up into the base of your patella here, your patella tendon. And just kind of feel that relationship between the foam roller
and your connective tissue. So not just the muscles, but the fascia between the muscles, and all of the connective tissue that connects your muscles to your bones. Good, just a couple more here. And in. And last one. And then curl back and give me a little low crouch. So heels can be down. We're just gonna roll forward and tuck chin into knees, or forehead to knees rather, chin to chest. Good, and you can press the heels up, stretching out the feet, and then release back down. Good, and then the last little bit, and I'm gonna tell you, this is gonna give you shakes, at least it'll give me big shakes, so hopefully you will too. We're gonna take plank with hands on the foam roller. So you're just gonna reach back, find your plank, find a place where your hands can wrap around the roller and you're not too compressed. You're reaching your fingers down toward the ground. And this is definitely a tricky balance. So if this does not work in your body, just place hands on the ground, or you can skip this part. But this is definitely challenging stability enough that you should be shaking. Now roll your shoulders down the back, turn your lats on one more time, and lengthen your heart forward as you reach your heels back. Good, and you might decide again to stop the clock, stop the video, do this for 30 to 60 seconds. But we're just gonna hold here for about 3 more deep breaths. Deep breath in, and open mouth, exhale, let it go. And again, deep breath in, exhale, let it go. One more time, deep breath in, and exhale, let it go. Nice. And then you're gonna come back into a bit of a child's pose. Press your forearms onto the roller and press away. Keep that integration of your arm bones into your shoulder socket so that you're not kind of extending or overextending. But if you want, you can reach your forehead down and just get a nice little release there. Alternate stretches here, if they feel good in your body, are to come onto your knees with hips to the sky. Bring your elbows onto the roller, hands in prayer, and gently, slowly walk forward and just take Anahatasana, is what we call it in yoga, just a heart opener here, allowing the heart to descend. And again, I've got a little integration of hugging arm bones into shoulder sockets so that they're not totally let go. Little bit of energy through the core. But just again, allowing the thoracic spine, your upper spine here, your upper torso to open up. One more deep breath here. Good, and then exhale, we're gonna come onto the belly, and this is where we're gonna finish tonight. So tops of the feet down, tailbone anchors towards spine. Bring your forearms, karate chop the roller here with palms towards you, and then exhale, reach away and rest your forehead down onto the ground. So again, anchor your pelvis, make sure it's the tops of your feet down and inner thighs are to the sky. You're gonna take a deep breath in here. Exhale, I've got a little foot cramp happening, which is why I'm wonky with my foot back here. But ideally, you've got the tops of your feet in, take a deep breath in. And then exhale, push forearms into the mat and lengthen up and feel your spine lengthen to reach forward. Inhale down. Exhale, press and lengthen. Inhale, look down. Exhale as you press, imagine that you're growing longer. And you're really tractioning out your entire spine. Inhale down. Exhale, triceps, engage as you press. Good, last one. And exhale, press and reach away. Really nice. And then hands off the roller, come back. Take a nice child's pose. So knees are wide, forehead is down, palms are down. And this is where we'll finish today. Stay as long as you like in child's pose. And when you're ready, roll yourself up slowly. So I hope that this gives you some good food for thought for when you need an active recovery day. Hope this helps you. Have a fantastic day.